This is Cruis'N for the Wii, for the Nintendo Wii. Now, I've been looking for this game everywhere at a cheap price. But everywhere, either it's never been in stock or it's been too expensive. But I don't know whether to really call it a unboxing because it's secondhand. I managed to find this in CEX for £2.50 on Friday. Now, I've been looking online for it, and even in my local CX, I've been looking in it for months, and I haven't seen this game in there. And then just by chance, I was in there, and then I saw it, and then I had one copy of it left, and I decided to pick it up. But I don't know if the game's any good or not, because obviously it's not serious. Now, you guys, you can see the information at the back, so you can pause it at your leisure to read what it says at the back. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. Of course, as you already know, most people know, the Wii games are compatible with the Wii U, so you're covered there. Now, my little history, right, with the cruising games. I first played was it Cruis'N USA many years ago in the arcades, and that was when obviously Nintendo's prototype console, the Ultra 664, as it was codenamed. And at the time, you had Cruis'N USA in the arcade, and you had Killer Instinct, which was supposedly meant to be running in it, but obviously that's a long story. And yeah, I really enjoyed playing the original Cruis'N USA on the arcades in the Trocadero in central London in Piccadilly Circus. Unfortunately, as most people will know, the arcade scene in the Trocadero now it disappeared years ago, which was a real shame. Because I remember playing games like Cruis'N USA, some like the Street Fighter games, Mortal Kombat, Smash TV, Total Carnage, all those classic games. But obviously those days have been and gone. And obviously most people will know obviously that Cruis'N USA got ported to the N64. Although I had an N64, I never actually owned the cartridge of Cruis'N USA. Although one day I do hope to buy back a N64, because I did have one, and I still got some N64 games, and I would love to buy Cruis'N USA for it if the cartridge, if it's cheap, whether it's in a box or just a cartridge. Although I know that it's not arcade perfect, and obviously if I remember correctly, there was a sequel that was made. I don't know if it was called Cruis'N World. And I think that was on the N64 as well, and I never got to play that either. I mean, I've seen videos of it online and also on YouTube, but I've never played it myself. And then I think there was Cruis'N Exotica. Again, I never got around to playing that either, which was a shame. I mean, it would have been fun. And then obviously, I know about a couple of years ago they released Cruis'N Blast on the arcades now. We have in my local shopping centre, there is a Cruis'N Blast arcade machine, which I think one day I might try out if the credits are quite reasonable, which I think they are. Obviously not as cheap as they were back in the day. And now obviously Cruis'N Blast is now coming to the Nintendo Switch, and obviously they're adding more content to the Switch version, obviously, because obviously arcade and races don't have a lot of they don't tend to have a lot of cars or a lot of tracks on them. So, but I really would love to sit there and buy that game as well, because as I said, I am one of those I am a Cruis'N USA fan and of that series, even though I haven't played all of them, or I've just watched them being played. I know that they're not gonna be as good as some of the typical arcade racers that are out there, but because it doesn't take itself too seriously. But I don't know. I've really got a soft spot for these kind of games, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. The actual packaging for something that's secondhand, it's actually in a really good condition. There's not really a lot of marks or dents in the actual packaging, which usually is something that you find with second-hand games, especially when they're white. When they tend to get really dirty. And as you can see here, you've got the instruction manual, which is something that you don't see anymore because it's all digital. But it's black color on the outside, and black and white on the inside. And also, you've got, I think, yeah, you have to use the Wii remote, so that's going to be interesting. And then you've got the actual game itself, which is cool. It's got no scratches in it. It's no fingerprints, which is nice. To see. Which is a verity. It pretty much almost, if I didn't know any better, it almost looks brand new, but without that brand new smell. But it does look in a really good condition. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. I mean, again, it's not going to be as sophisticated as some of these racers that you get nowadays. But you know, for this cheap price, I mean, you can't go wrong. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm having to film handheld again because my tripod's broken, so bear with me if I'm not keeping it completely straight or it's not steady. But that's the best I can do on it, so I do apologise. Anyway, feel free to share and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now. Take care and stay safe.